This is my ranking of games released for PS5 in this June 2026 that I've played, based purely on my personal experience. Each one is placed from masterpiece to trash, depending on how polished they feel on PS5 and how strong the gameplay experience is. Let's get straight into the list. Hellclock combines roguelite action RPG combat with a story inspired by the 1903 Canudos massacre in Brazil. Players battle through layers of hell, race against a countdown timer, unlock powerful skills, collect relics, and build stronger characters across repeated runs. Once I settled into its rhythm, I stopped treating every room the same and started weighing whether fighting, searching for rewards, or rushing ahead would help me more before time expired. Trying different skill combinations completely changed how each run played, so I was always experimenting with new setups. Permanent upgrades always made another attempt worthwhile, and collecting relics pushed me to adjust my build instead of repeating the same strategy. The dark comic book art style, smooth combat, and constant pressure from the clock kept every run exciting even when I failed. This adventure secured a place in my excellent tier. House Flipper Remastered Collection is a renovation simulation where rundown buildings are cleaned, repaired, decorated, expanded, and sold for profit. The package includes every expansion, visual upgrades, new story, missions, and quality of life improvements that add more variety to each renovation project. After spending time with it, I found myself planning every room before moving furniture because I wanted each house to look better than the last. As I unlocked better tools, I could tackle bigger renovation jobs, and decorating each home with different furniture and colors became one of my favorite parts. Buying neglected properties, transforming them into comfortable homes, and selling them for a profit has never lost its appeal. Although I occasionally searched for hidden dirt or dealt with small technical issues, the relaxing pace always encouraged another renovation. This cozy simulator easily found its place in my excellent tier. The 7th Guest Remake is a puzzle adventure set inside a haunted mansion where mysterious events from the past are uncovered by solving themed challenges. Players investigate ghostly rooms, search for hidden clues with a magical lantern, and piece together an unsettling story through exploration and clever puzzles. While making my way through the game, I enjoyed figuring out how each puzzle connected to the mansion's strange history instead of simply looking for the next objective. No two challenges felt the same, whether I was rearranging objects, solving musical riddles, or studying clues before trying again. I never lost interest while investigating because the detailed mansion and ghost effects constantly gave me something new to notice. The controls occasionally slowed me down because interacting with certain objects felt awkward, but the satisfying puzzles always encouraged me to continue. I placed this memorable adventure in my good tier. Gothic 1 Remake rebuilds a classic fantasy RPG with modern visuals, updated controls, improved audio, and additional side quests while keeping its unforgiving world and open-ended progression intact. Players survive inside a dangerous prison colony, join rival factions, complete quests, and gradually become stronger through training and exploration. After a few hours of playing, I realized the game expected me to pay attention instead of relying on quest markers, and that made every discovery feel more rewarding. I carefully explored new areas, talked with different characters, and planned where to spend my learning points, because early mistakes could easily slow my progress. Combat stayed challenging even after finding stronger equipment, so every upgrade felt valuable instead of automatic. A few bugs and uneven quest pacing interrupted the adventure, but the detailed world and freedom to approach problems in different ways kept me invested until the end. I had no trouble placing it in my great tier. Solarpunk is a survival crafting game set across floating islands where renewable technology and automation help build a self-sustaining home. During my playthrough, I gathered wood, stone, crops, and other resources, crafted useful tools, unlocked new recipes through research, and slowly expanded my small settlement. Solar panels, batteries, sprinklers, and automated machines reduced manual work while improving farms and workshops. I traveled between islands with an airship, searched for rare materials, raised animals, and designed detailed houses using many building pieces. The peaceful pace made resource management relaxing, though repeated exploration, long travel, and the lack of a story or memorable characters eventually diminished my motivation. Automation rewarded careful planning, while creative building remained the strongest part of every session. Even with its repetitive progression, I still enjoyed creating efficient systems and placed it in my good tier. FZ Formation Z revives a classic shoot-'em-up with fast arcade action where players freely switch between a jet and a combat mech during every stage. Each form offers different attacks, movement, options, and abilities, while challenging levels, powerful bosses, and permanent upgrades reward steady improvement. While playing, I quickly learned that changing forms at the right moment was the key to surviving, because every section demanded a different approach. Flying let me dodge dangerous enemy patterns, while the mech helped me deal heavy damage and handle close-range threats more effectively. The vertical stage design encouraged me to think about positioning instead of simply moving forward, and every successful boss battle felt well-deserved after several attempts. Unlocking stronger ships, upgrading my weapons, and replaying stages kept me coming back even after difficult defeats. Without hesitation, I placed this outstanding shooter in my masterpiece tier. The Adventures of Elliot: The Millennium Tales is an action RPG that blends HD 2D visuals with real-time combat, time travel, and dungeon exploration across multiple historical eras. Players wield different weapons, customize abilities with magical upgrades, solve environmental challenges, and uncover how past events shape the future. Once I ventured beyond the opening area, I never stuck with one weapon for long because trying something different usually made the next fight more interesting. I spent plenty of time searching for hidden treasure, experimenting with magicite upgrades, and learning enemy attack patterns before challenging tougher bosses. Watching familiar locations change across different time periods kept exploration interesting, and I appreciated how every new era revealed another piece of the story. My only frustration came from repeating a few enemies and realizing the complete ending required extra effort, but the satisfying combat and beautiful presentation encouraged me to continue. It ultimately secured a well-deserved place in my good tier. R-Type Tactics 1 and 2 Cosmos transforms the classic shoot-'em-up series into a turn-based strategy RPG, where fleets battle across space through careful positioning, resource management, and tactical planning. The collection remasters both games with improved visuals, additional content branching campaigns, and a huge roster of customizable units. As I played along and understood how every ship worked, I spent more time planning each turn instead of rushing into battle. I experimented with different fleet formations, balanced powerful battleships with support units, and carefully managed supplies, because one poor decision could easily ruin an entire mission. As I unlocked stronger ships, I found myself trying different strategies instead of repeating the same approach. Watching the detailed battle animations made each major victory feel well-earned. The learning curve was steep, and the interface occasionally slowed larger missions, but the rewarding tactical depth always encouraged another battle. It confidently secured its place in my excellent tier. EA Sports UFC 6 is a mixed martial arts fighting game where players compete inside the octagon using striking, grappling submissions, and defensive techniques. It features licensed UFC fighters' career modes, legendary match recreations, and realistic damage that changes how every fight unfolds. Players compete through intense bouts, improve their skills, and build successful fighting careers across multiple game modes. After learning the updated controls, I started throwing cleaner combinations instead of relying on wild punches, and every victory felt more satisfying because timing mattered so much. I spent plenty of time working through the career modes, replaying legendary fights, and adjusting my approach depending on each opponent's strengths. The improved animations, brutal damage effects, and stronger presentation made every match feel intense from the opening bell until the final result. Although I never fully warmed to the new flow state mechanic, the rewarding combat and engaging career content kept me returning for another fight. It easily claimed a spot in my great tier. Those are my picks for the PS5 games released recently. Let me know which new release impressed you the most, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.